Hi Kevin. Okay, so we're working on the Whitestone project. You created all these pages that each one is a menu item, and our goal now is to put content on these pages by cutting and pasting and reformatting stuff from the existing site. So, and anywhere we run into problems, we'll just make notes here. So I'm going to use the public notices page, and so I will go to, this is the public notices skeleton page that you created. I will click edit, and unfortunately when we created the pages I had the default text format set to filtered HTML. We need to switch it to full HTML so you get all the buttons so you can manipulate the stuff. Now I'm going to jump to the existing Whitestone website public notices, and we're just going to, you'll notice on this page a lot of these links go to PDFs, and some of the PDFs, sorry, let's close that. Some of the PDFs are problematic in that, for example, this is an official notice. That one's not too bad. I saw one that draft bylaw. There's a lot of formatting in these with the spacing and such, and the way the signatures work here. So we'll probably just continue to link to the PDFs. Our goal is, I'll just jump back to our, here we go. Our goal is that, let's go to home in a new tab. Our goal is that each of these pull downs, each of these menu items goes to a real page with real content. On the current site, a lot of these main pages open up open up PDFs or just list PDFs on some of the pages. Anyways, okay. Hi Kevin. Okay, so we are working on the Whitestone project. Previously you created all these skeleton pages for all the menu subpage items. What we want to do is put content on as many of the pages as possible, and where we run into problems we will just add notes here. I'll ask you to do the easy ones, and anything that there's a problem, just make a note and we'll talk through them once the majority of them are done. I'm going to use public notices as a test here. So this is the public notices page on our site. I'm still working on the design, so you might see some changes as we go. But basically our goal is all these links we want to go to actual pages with content, and not have them jump to PDFs. Some of them are just PDFs, so but we'll tackle that as we go. So public notices, and I'm going to edit the page, and unfortunately you're going to need to switch to full HTML the first time you view the page. That was my fault. When you created them, they were the system was set to do filtered as the default, so sorry about that, but it is what it is. Once you save page once with full HTML, it'll stay that way. So okay, so we're going to put content on the public notice page. So I'm going to go to the existing website, whitestone.ca, and go to public notices, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all the text. Now we could just cut and paste this like that, but we very well might run into problems in that, for example, it's pasted the order of it out of order. So and sometimes the HTML isn't too bad. It's pretty basic. You can decide how you want to do it, whether you want to put it in here and then clean it up. Just if you do it that way, you click source and make sure there's not tons of, font size 17, RGB, bracket 0017, 93, blah blah blah. If there's any of that stuff, we can't have that left in there. But if it's just basic HTML and you want to clean it up that way, that's fine. Personally, I'm just going to select all and delete there. It's a bit more work, but you end up it seems like a bit more work, but I think we'll end up with better results by just pasting it as plain text and then applying our styles. For example, notice of consent is a subhead inside the page. Heading 1 is the title, so it's already taken, so we'll just do heading 2. Now you'll notice it did both. That's because this is a break and not a paragraph. So I'm just going to back up, put my cursor there, put it on one line, and then put an actual, I hit enter there to get a separate paragraph. Now when I apply heading 2, it'll just go to there. In their case, they've got bullets, which is fine. And they've got some spacing here. For some reason, they've grouped things with spacing. So we should recreate that. They did it for anything they've done for a purpose that makes sense. We should probably recreate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all those and make them a list. And then I'm going to put my cursor at the end and do Shift Enter for a break. That will allow, let's back up. If I did just an enter, I'd get that extra dot there, which I don't want. So back up, Shift Enter. I think I did it twice there. There we go. Shift Enter. Shift Enter. Shift Enter. Shift Enter. And the sale of lands by public tender, it looks like these are sub categories, so I'll just bump the indentation over. And if I notice there's a spelling mistake on their website, I will fix it. And Shift Enter, Shift Enter. And I notice emergency preparedness, heading 2. And if it had subheads, then you'd do the subheads inside it, heading 3, subheads 4, going down. But I think their site is pretty straightforward and it doesn't have a lot of subheads. So, okay, I'll put the list item on that as well. Very good. All right. So now we need to put the links in, and we've got it properly formatted. I'm just going to go here and right-click, copy link location. Depending on what browser you're using, it might say something else. And before I make the link, I'm just going to do PDF. We want to identify the PDFs on their website going forward. Oops, doing this one up here, aren't we? PDF. And I'm just going to make a straight link back to their the exact same full URL. Because once our development site becomes whitestone.ca, these links will work, and keep leaving them full URLs will allow them to work during development. And yeah, so basically just go through the list and see if I click on this. We could turn this into real content, but there's sometimes these PDFs have notes on them, handwritten notes. Sometimes they have a fair bit of structure that we don't really want to recreate, and for legal purposes they might want to have all these things together. The important part is it's less work for us to link straight to the PDFs. I just want to yeah, see, we don't want to have to recreate all this in all the forms. So we're sort of the less is more attitude with this project right now, just as far as moving the basic content over. So copy link location, go back, highlight it, link it, paste, and OK. And you'll just work our way through there, and I am going to save this now. Save. And I'll have these bullets looking nicer going forward. Okay, so that done, I will now go to public notices, and I will do partial by Dean, and in notes, needs remaining PDFs linked. Okay, let's do another one. Let's take a look at what 911 services look like on their site. So, where's 911 services? I believe it might be off the front. Maybe I'm wrong. Yep, I'm wrong. Alright, let's choose another one. What's one that's easy here? Council. So there's council pages that exists now. A little bit more structure and things like that. I'm not sure how we're going to deal with this right now, but let's work on the content and the photo. If I right click on the photo and do view image, they should have them all in the images folder. With photos though, we want to take them and put them into our own system because I'll show you why. So I'm going to, actually I should have done view image. I should have just done save. Where's save image? Save image as whatever name they have there is fine. I'm just saving it locally into my downloads directory. Back. Okay, so council meetings and elected officials will be our heading 2 stuff, and we've got photo credit there, which is great. So I'm going to take all the text, copy it, go to our town hall council page, edit it, switch it to full HTML, paste in as text, and now clean it up a little bit and apply our styles. So council meetings is heading 2, elected officials, let's see where that came from. Elected officials is the photo, so we'll make that heading 2. That looks like it was the alt text for the image, so I'll just copy that into my clipboard. Now I'm going to insert the photo here and browse server. And the reason we want to take the photos and put them into our own system is so that when the client goes forward and edits stuff, sorry, I'll just bring this into one window, they have direct access to the Drupal folder for the images. The folder is outside the scope of where this can reach. So upload, browse to my downloads folder. I need to clear out my downloads folder. Oh, searching by date might not work. Oh, it does. Okay, good. I wasn't sure if it was the date the photo was taken or the date I copied it. But there it is. So, sorry. There we go. So there it is. So open. Don't worry about creating any thumbnails. Send it to the page by clicking on it. Alternative text is, in this case, it had some, so I'm going to use it. If it doesn't, just make up something like photo of council or whatever. Anything is better than nothing. For now, just leave them at the same width and height unless there's a big issue, and then make note of it. I'm not going to worry about any alignment. Okay. And going to fix some spelling mistakes. I won't worry about counselor because it looks like they really like the double L's. They're consistent with it, so maybe that's just a style thing. These items, let's go and look and see what the page looks like. They've got them indented here, so I'm going to make them list items. And it looks like PDF, PDF. That goes straight to the minutes page. So we'll need to make that link, and minutes and meetings go to their own HTML pages. So we need to make sure that we have the proper links. But we'll do the first one, copy link location, back here. Make that a list. Highlight agenda, link it, paste. Okay. Might just add some spacing here. And PDF. Okay, so that's sort of the basic content. Now we have to deal with this sidebar content. Because this sidebar content is specific to this page, and I don't think it's duplicated anywhere else, we can put this right on our page in a table and align it right. Before I forget, this goes to minutes.html. I believe we have another file that has all the URLs, the old and new URLs. I'm not sure. I'll see if I can send that to you. But we have our minutes located probably in, oh, it looks like it's a sub page of council. Okay, so we may not have direct links. So you may need to create that minutes page, which is great because then we'll know the URL. But yeah, okay. Let's focus on that. So minutes from past meetings. I'm gonna highlight that, and we want to make a link to that. And we'll do, because it's going to be a sub page of council, we'll do council/minutes. And okay, so I'll copy that. Okay, and now we need to create that page. So content, add content, basic page, open link in new tab. Council, well, you know what, I shouldn't make up a new title. I should council minutes. Okay, council minutes. And it's a new page, so it switches to full HTML. I'm going to turn off generate automatic alias and do council minutes, and I'll just do text to come, because I'll let you copy those minutes over. In this case, these are all PDFs, and my guess is cutting and pasting and cleaning up will be better, will be faster than recreating all of those links. And instead of putting PDFs for each of them, you know, they've got a note up here. So if you're copying this, then great, we're all set up. So text to come, meeting minutes, council minutes, save. So now we know that that link will work, and I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to maybe I'll add a page, add a line, insert one above, and I'll just do space dash dash arrow to show that it's a sub-page of council, and I will do what was it? Council minutes created skeleton. There we go. And just as you create new pages, just keep track of where we've placed them or where we think we're placing them, and use the URL so we can ensure that the sort of the category is consistent in going forward. Alright, so back to here, and now we were going to do the table sidebar. So I'm just going to go here and back, and these are all just mail to links, so that's fine. Mayor and councillors are going to be our headers. I'll copy that content. Basic page. And right, because I want the table to appear right at the very top, go here and add a table. And I'm just going to do one row, one column, width. Might as well go with 200 pixels for now. We'll see how that works. And I'm just going to go 0, 0, and 0 because we're going to apply these. We'll style the page with CSS instead of burning the rules in. So I'm just going to paste that in to see what that looks like. And then look at the source table. Yeah, there's nothing extra being added there, so I'm going to go with it. I am going to go table properties, which we should put in here just for now, for now anyways, until you hear different. Assign it right, and there we go. Now it just matters to be cleaned up. So we're using H2s for the main content sidebar stuff. We should probably be using H3s, and it came across as H3s for sidebar headings. And now it's just a matter of cleaning it up to make it look good. So let's see what they had. Oops. There we go. So they're just doing some indentation. Let's do the same. So all I'm doing here is putting it on one line and then doing Shift Enter. And I'll do the same thing here. Shift Enter. And right after I finish this video, I will go and make it so that the list items are indented, but right now they're not in the theme, but I'll go make that happen so it looks nice. Alright, so I'll leave those for you to do. Go down to the bottom, save, and so the theme isn't completely styled yet by me. I'm working on that, so don't worry that it doesn't look beautiful. I will make it look beautiful with styling rules as opposed to coding it here. Alright, so that's going to work out fine, I think. So I'm just going to go back here. Council minutes, we're at council, here we go. So this is partial by Dean. Needs content, links, and sidebar styling. Alrighty. When you get them, when a page is complete and like it doesn't need links and more content put on, change partial to basic content, because we're gonna have to look at them all at the end. So what if I noops? Alright. Thought I could cheat there. Partial by Dean. Alright, I think that is it for now. You can choose whether you want to kind of work your way through all the top level ones and just sort of, make notes. Like you could do council minutes, needs to be created and linked, whatever you want, whichever way you want to do it. But the goal is to basically move the majority of content on their site over into our service, our system. Some things, I believe, community groups and community services are just lists on their page. Services, yeah, it's just a list. So each of these need their own page, and oh, that's a PDF. Whenever it's a bylaw, just link to the PDF. How many of these are PDFs? Well, okay, most are HTML. If I was hoping to find a really basic PDF of the local business directory, yeah, we'll just leave that as a PDF for now as well. If there is a PDF that is not official, that is easy to create content, then just cut and paste the content out of the PDF and put it into its own page. But when it's more complicated like this, we'll leave it in the PDF for now. And yeah, really that's it. I'm going to stop the video now. There's probably lots we could talk about, and probably lots you will find as you start. Just do all the basic stuff first. Anything you can, move as much content into the system as you can that's easy, and feel free to touch base at any time about how to go forward with any questions that you have that you come across. You're probably going to come across a whole bunch of exceptions and stuff like that. Oh, I forgot. Sorry, I forgot one thing. There is on the notices page on the existing site, public notices, there's an image, and they have a lot of these little images. Maybe just copy image location, and in here, public notices, just add maybe sort of existing image at, there we go, and you can make that field longer. We'll keep track of the images that they have. I'm not sure they're going to be used on our site, so there's no sense you bring them in. The little images that are just those sort of like sidebar-y images that really don't add any value. Obviously, we want to move everything like the council minutes and like the council photo and stuff like that into the new system. But all right, I will stop now and let you start. And as soon as you have some questions, we can call, we can Skype, we can trade text, whichever works. Okay? Good luck, and I'm here.